Just double checking everything here. It'll be make sure audio is still good. Okay, audio sounds good. How's everyone doing so far today? I'll swap it off this screen here in just a sec. Okay, let me go over to the scene. Just gonna get some dailies knocked out of the way first. So first things first is the current build a rocket mission. So I'm just gonna join the public queue for that and just go through that real quick. Then after that, I need to get some endeavors done. Make sure the overlay is on. That would be wise for me to do. There we go. Parker, how are you doing? Jack, the first contact day event, yeah. I mean, the reward isn't that big of a deal. The combat pet that they're giving us it doesn't really matter. But it's a nice, easy way to farm marks. You don't have to have any type of build to do this queue, so it's really nice to farm rep marks on characters you're working on. Bane, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Just woke up about half hour ago, I'd say. My sleep schedule is completely perfect. You're in my event? Nice. Rob, how's it going? I saw your message there. You set up that wonderful temporal ship. I look forward to seeing how that goes later on.
You found a hull part. Take it back to
With this queue, if you really want to collect like the purple pieces, you need to go to the bigger nodes on the like outer ring of the map. It's not guaranteed that you will get a purple like piece for the rocket or whatever, but
a large cache of parts has been discovered. Grab as many pieces as
but
you
like
can.
you just saw right there from me, I went to one node and the first one immediately gave me a purple. You just have to run towards the very edge of each area. It's not guaranteed, like I said, but someone already hit this one. I think there's another one over here. Yeah, we'll just go to this one. How often do they actually give us crap we want? That is a very good question. Wizard Girly, how you doing? Shinga, how you doing?
You found an engine part.
Goss, I saw you've got a stream coming up too in, what, like 2 hours from now? That end, or that area did not give me that great of a piece, just an uncommon one. Thank you, Kathy. That is much appreciated. Jimmy, how you doing? There's still a bit of a delay to the notifications on stream elements here. Someone already hit this note? No, they did not. I usually, for this queue, I'll run to one node in each area. There's no increased rewards for getting the better pieces, so it's nice to get the higher quality pieces. The rocket goes further, but it really has no effect on the queue or anything like that. Oh no, cables. Oh no. Dark Ghost, how's it going?
This engine part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
We've got another 2 minutes in here, so I'll just grab some junk from the one category that I don't have anything good. Terrible. Dennis, I don't usually participate this much in the event. I usually just do the one node in each, but being I'm on stream, I figured just why not grab a few extra things here. It's already got 2 purple pieces. Get the last one purple also. So I am red. I'll just sit here now for the next minute. Let me catch up on chat. Elusive Man, how you doing? Let me see what my Discord messages. Okay, that's something I'll respond to later. Beneficial stuff for this specific event. For this one, it's not really that huge of a reward, really. You're getting this android non-combat pet, or not. It is a combat pet, but in practice, these things do so little damage that they are basically non-combat. So really, I'm just doing this because it's an easy way for me to get marks on a character that I don't work on as much. You do get some dilithium ore, and there are those added benefits of the synth android and whatever, which it's cool, but it is, like I said, it's not going to do a damn thing for you in combat. Uh, I I don't know. I thought this was just always here, Shinga. Maybe you don't have the mission tracker expanded enough, or it's behind another window for you. Well, this doesn't want to give me any good parts, does it? For this part of the queue, you just always use your arrow keys. It is the easiest way to do this. Match the vertical size and then just match the horizontal. Or, no, that's not all purple. Terrible, this thing's screwing me over. Okay, that screwed me over. Broken Soul, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I'm thinking... Is it because of the resolution I'm at that it's just appearing smaller? Because I have the UI a fair bit smaller than most people have it. What if you have a 60% keyboard without arrow keys? I don't know what to tell you. Most of those 60% you can do FN. You have it at 0.9. Yeah, I would say just to mess around with your display scale a little bit more and just poke around with that and see if you can get it to a similar size, because that is... I've just always had that there. I don't know what to say with regards to how to add it, because I never put it there. It was just there. So this is a character where there were a couple reps not even at tier 5 yet, which now I'm kicking myself for not going through and doing them sooner. Because I would very much have preferred to had the normal dilithium rather than the vouchers. I personally have zero use for the reputation deal vouchers because I already dump a ton of them onto any characters that I need the rep stuff done on, or that I'm working on. I'll just go dump some deal mine claims over into rep vouchers. So a couple of reps on this character are done now. Let's see. Gamma will be done. I don't need any marks for that. Let's go with new car. Might be an older 60% since, yeah. I don't think Cables has a 60%. Do you, Cables? I thought you had like a full-size keyboard. I can't. I've got one of those little 60% keyboards, and I don't use it. It's just... it's sitting somewhere in the closet right now. I like having a keyboard that has a bit more on it. I can live without the numpad on the keyboard itself, but I do have to have at least like a separate numpad somewhere on the desk. I like the numpad too much. My overall preferred like keyboard layout is what they call like an 1800, where it's just a compact like full size. Alan, how you doing, man? Okay, I've got to get some endeavors done now. I gotta take out some Tholians quick. 1800s are rare nowadays. So I've got the drop shift. I don't use it as much nowadays, but I was using that for a while, and it was nice. But I hate these really expensive custom keyboards where they don't have support for every type of switch out there. Like, I don't like the idea of getting a keyboard that just has 3 pins for each key. So when you get the premium switches that have 5 little prongs on them, you have to cut 2 of them off. I don't really like that. Okay, I've got to kill 60 Tholians quick. So I guess too, the Zeta. Oh, did I forget to say hi to Megla? Megla, did you see that they showed your ship off, or I think it was one of your ships on their stream? Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, let me bring up display capture. Yeah, they were showing some stuff off with the convention they got going on, and the quality on this isn't high, so that's why it's really low resolution here. But they were just showing around some things that they were messing around with. The cat being on the bridge is not something that's going to most likely actually happen. They had to use dev hacks to spawn the cat into the map and control it. The Terran, this updated Styx model we've already seen because it was in the game a couple weeks ago. So there's people flying around with the skin on the Styx already. So I wonder if this means that they're going to come out with a new version of the Styx, or if they're just going to make the Styx available, in the C store in some form. I would love for that to happen because the Styx is an amazing ship. This is the Vesta, so what this is likely meaning is that with the Vesta being shown here, we're likely getting a legendary Vesta at some point this year. When we look at these legendary captain bundles in game, you know, there's no normal fed legendary or like captain bundle yet, so I fully expect that we're going to see the legendary Vesta in the game at some point, and I will not be surprised if it is in a captain bundle. Yeah, the Megla's ship here. Megla is a Zeta Reticulan, and this is an older model of his species ship that they go and fly around. Megla's in the chat here. He's a really funny guy. He really likes the UFO stuff. The thing from Farpoint Station there. I forget the name of him. Like, these are just things that they've worked on over time and messed around with. I don't know what that is right there. But the last thing they show on this video, I don't have the music playing because that'll like get struck or whatever, but they showed off the Ceratops also. This is the ship from Lower Decks. So this, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's been obvious for a while, especially since we got the Parliament, that the California class here would be coming to the game. So they're just teasing it off, and I won't be surprised if this is put in like a promo pack or a lockbox at some point. And we all know how they operate. This thing's going to cost you a lot of money to acquire, and it'll probably be an acquisition method for a single character. And I like how it warps out into an explosion there. It does look really high quality. Like, they have definitely been spending their time, you know, working on this ship. But it's not going away. There we go. Like, I look forward to seeing how it actually is, you know, when they release it. I just hope the stats are not comparable to the Parliament, because the Parliament is just really underwhelming for those of you that remember that. What's the best ship to use as an exotic torpedo boat? So if you're wanting to do the EPG size stuff, then I would still say having a command seat would be ideal. I think the Trailblazer is a really good, affordable option that works really well as an exotic a size ship that can do really well with torpedoes. Most of the really high-end torp boats that are put on size ships are they're basically just full-on torp boats. They don't really do much with the science stuff, but something like the Trailblazer would work quite well for that. And the Trailblazer's a pretty good ship. There's been some people getting good records with that ship. Just gotta kill a bunch of Tholians now. Trying to just spam agony fields and get this done real quick. Lobby ship would be ideal. And Broken Soul Intel commands, nah, I think I fully expect the California class to be Merrick Worker ship. It's gonna be like Commander Engineering with Merrick Worker is what it's gonna end up being most likely. A really good starter ship. I think the Lexington's really good. The Lexington's something that's flexible enough that you can use it as a bit of a tankier platform. But if you want to start to like improve your DPS, you can use it as a cannon boat. Like that ship works really well for both playstyles, really. It's not a high-end tank, but it will get you through like normal and advanced content quite easily. But the Lexington is definitely the affordable option. The Mirror Warship is a really good ship, but that is, you know, that is still fairly expensive. That is a lockbox ship. Okay, I can get off this map. I would say to join the builds Discord, Dark Legend, and just post your build over there. There's categories you can join on the builds Discord. So if you want to get into the EPG stuff, you know, there's a role that you can grab to see builds for that. If I pull up the builds Discord, which is linked down in the description below. It has a lot of channels in it, but when you join, just go to role selection and scroll down to the build categories and grab the roles for the channels you want to see. Once you grab those, the section will appear down here. If you do not take the role, then you don't see the section at all. So just look for the EPG role, which is here. We have it as a Gravwell icon at the bottom. You just hit that, and then the EPG section will pop up, and you can see builds that people have put together for EPG, some guides, some curated builds, things like that. But yeah, the Mirror Warship is definitely a strong option. Then while I'm on the builds Discord here, just a reminder, we've got this huge giveaway running courtesy of Broken Soul over here. We've got just under 600 entrants so far, and there's a week left to enter, and that's for many, many great items there. The Undine Kawavi is, yeah, the Kawavi is good. We actually, like in the very bleeding edge record setting runs, we just moved away from the Kawavi again. But the Kawavi is still an incredibly strong platform for most environments. Especially it can do cold-hearted without using Oxtabat. Documents from the 1000, how you doing? Let me pull up some recent runs too, because I wanted to show some of these off. So let me make sure I am finding the right videos here. Oh no. Megla's got some high quality gear from the Zeta Reticulum like homeworld here for me. Oh no. Thank you, Megla. That's greatly appreciated. I'm gonna put that gear to very good use. Yeah, and the Undine Kawavi is definitely a very nice, affordable tank option for the high end. Okay, let me find these runs from last night. I think mine was... I want to say this is it. Okay, display capture. You know, we've been working on split runs for... In the group I've been doing runs with, we've been working on split runs for a while, and we've really started to get that process nailed down quite a bit over the past couple of weeks, I would say. There were definitely some things that were a bit hard, but this was a run last night, and this would have almost, had this one went through, this would have been the new record, I believe. I think this is the right run I pulled up. So the start was dead in like 6 seconds. Left side went fairly well. I mean, this wasn't the highest ever coming off the left side, but last night was pretty good, right around that 3 mil mark coming off the left side. And then the thing that killed this run was that there was loose on the right side. And I think there might have been loose behind me on the left. Yeah, when the tack cube went down here, 2.763. So that would have been the new record on the table, but unfortunately that run didn't go through. Your choice for starter ship is the Gagarin? Yeah, the Gagarin is definitely a very strong ship. The run that actually uploaded for me last night, I think, is this one. Let me just skim through it. We've been getting the split runs down to a point where under 50 seconds is going to happen pretty much every time, but it's a matter of shaving every second below that down, because in an environment like this, each tenth of a second matters. So this was another good run, came off the right side at 3 mil. I think what messed this run up was the shield stayed up. So this is the current upload, but the shields, we had some issues with the shields here. They came back up at 32 seconds and they stayed up until 39. So had this run, had them shields stayed down that entire time, this would have been a crazy run. I mean, it was still crazy. This is what I have uploaded as my current record right now, but had those shields been down them extra 7 seconds, that would have been crazy. Let me catch up on chat here. Is the ship in the dark area? Yes, that is the Vesta class, Dwayne. Yeah, the temporal warships in the Sea Star are definitely good. I think especially they're gonna see more use coming with the new trait from the legendary bug ship, because 10-second long recursive shearing is gonna be quite nice. Yes, Charlie, they were teasing very, very briefly on Twitter that there is a new Vesta coming out. Like, it's just a few stills of it on this tweet here, but it's something that they have leaked, and it's not that surprising. I expect it to be a legendary ship. Gamma, how you doing? With you hope that this new trait won't cause surgical strikes. I mean, I'm the other way. I want surgical strikes to outperform beam overload personally. Send you a bridge invite? Sure thing. I still got well, that's how awake I am right now. Um, I still got to do the giveaway for those infiltrator bridge officers. Thank you, Broken Soul. We'll toss that up on the builds Discord. That's very much appreciated and very generous of you. It's appreciated as always. What was I saying? The surgical strikes, having that outperform beam overload, given that it's the rank 3 of it slots into a commander slot compared to beam overload at rank where it goes in at a lieutenant commander, I think surgical strikes in that scenario should perform better. Some may disagree, and I understand that you don't necessarily want something that only a few ships can slot to perform better, but I think it should outperform beam overload is my opinion on it. It goes into a higher slot, not many ships can use it. I think it should have something to make it worth slotting. Also, I was looking through, now let me pull this up. I gotta pull up my Google Docs here. You disagree because you like beam overload? I know there's not everyone's gonna agree with it. Trying to find this ship list. So last night I was thinking of, if surgical strikes comes back into play, that means that ships that have a full commander intel seat might have a little bit more value in more casual play, not in a record setting environment, of course, because beam overload, surgical strikes, rapid fire, those don't fit into a high end environment. Those are more for fun and using in general content. But I was realizing, ships that have commander uh, intel that are going to see a resurgence, the Kelvin Vengeance is one of them. The Kelvin Vengeance is going to see a bit of a resurgence. Let me catch up on chat here. Is the Vern a worthy science ship? Yeah, the Vern is right now the most popular high-end science boat. If I go back to like the EPG section we have on the builds Discord, like the highest performing ships for like HSE, those which is an EPG based map really, they're all the Vern or variants of the Vern. Like they're really good science ships if you're looking to do pure science things. Uh Catch up here. You don't like meta changes in general because it forces you to rebuild. Yeah, but games like this need to have some sort of shakeup every now and then. I think there's a lot of DPS players hoping that something happens with torpedoes or that something else comes in that pushes torpedoes out of the ISE meta. Um, I know there's a lot of like frustration with the torp stuff right now, but I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. Turtle, how you doing? New variant of the multi-mission science vessel just shown on live stream. So it's got an intel. That's interesting. An intel on the so that would be the legendary Vern mark. So I'll be interested to see the full stats on that. And I would hope, yes, that the secondary seed is at least a temporal. Legendary Vesta, yeah. Well, I mean, they already have how many T6 Vestas in the game, so it makes sense that this next one would be legendary. Michael, how you doing? Yeah, I agree, Gus. Like, if you make surgical strikes good, look at, how many of these older ships are going to come back in that people really used to love. Let me try to zoom in here. Like, you've got the Vengeance, like I was talking about. How many people loved that ship way back in the day? And with the surgical strike buff and the new Jem'Hadar trait, like, that's gonna be a fairly good performing ship. And I was also looking right here, the Legendary Ambassador from the 11th anniversary bundle. Like, this is going to be a 4/4 that has a commander intel and then a lieutenant commander temporal. Though I don't think many people have that ship. And it's still that the issue with that Legendary Ambassador is it's a 4/4 and it cannot slot cannons. So that's the shame there, because that is the only ship in this bunch that can slot both Surgical Strikes 3 and Recursive Shearing 1. Yeah, that's also my thoughts on it, Bane, is I know a lot of people like Beam Overload. I'm personally not that big of a fan of it. Uh, but this is giving people a much more affordable alternative option that might even actually perform better. You did it with single cannons? That just hurts my immersion there, Broken Soul. That's it, I can see it working, but the last time I tried to use single cannons, I did not have a good experience. Dwayne, I have no idea with regards to that. Cryptic is changing uh the tutorial again, and I do not know what that revamp is going to look like. Dark Legend, once you join the builds Discord, when you go to under the area that says rules, server info, and news, go to role selection. It's the second channel there. I know there's a ton of roles here, but if you scroll down at the bottom, there's roles for build categories, and you just look for the category that you're wanting to get into and just hit the thing at the bottom that corresponds to that category. So just if you're wanting to see the EPG builds, look for this gravity well icon at the bottom here and just click it, and that'll give you access to the channel. Hopefully that helps you there. You're salty that you have to wait 7 days to sell that ship you got? Yes. Well, they want to, if it's a brand new account, Turtle, they want to make sure you know that it's not fraudulent. That's always their excuse with that. Charlie, servers and beam overload don't mix. I mean, I think that's common with any ability. Like, you know, I was showing off that high end run earlier, and like runs like this, runs that go as smooth as these past few and the last like week or so have are very rare. Most of the time when we're doing the really high end runs, we're bashing our head up against a wall of things misfiring and issues like that. Also, this is a different topic, and I'll catch up on chat here in a minute. But a while back, we were talking about this is on a stream many weeks or months back. I was talking about how I want to compare how much could a Psy do versus attack. So this run that you're watching right now is actually on my Federation Psy, my original main character. And if you ever wanted to know, you know, just just how well a science can do compared to attack in this split environment, when that tack cube went down, this Fed Psi of mine was less than 50k away from what I did a few days later on my tack. So I think in a very high-end environment, the difference between tax and size is not as huge as it once was. Overall, I think tax have a better lead in a long duration combat, but in short duration, the difference between size and tax is minimal. It's engineers that are gonna start to lag behind. Catching up on chat here. I know I'm a few behind. Gamma, you're a Canon fan anyways, but you like beam overload too much. It's nice to have more options. It's not like beam overload's getting nerfed to make these things better. It's just that these things are coming in and will be a viable alternative. So it's not the end of the world for beam overload. It's just giving everyone more options, Gamma. And not every ship is going to be able to run these new ability or the specialization abilities. So beam overload is something that works on every ship. So don't be sad about it. Gosh, you took a bunch of single cannons up to Mark 15 and then salvaged them. I understand. Yeah, that is probably the response that I would have also. Single cannons and scatter volley is kind of weird. Yes. Charlie, I find with like beam overload and cannon scatter volley, you have to manually hit the firing mode. You can't spam bar them. That as soon as I start to spam bar scatter volley or beam overload, I start to have issues. Yeah, definitely Broken Soul, and I noticed it too when you buy on Steam, you definitely get that like 7-day lockout or whatever quite often from the from even being able to trade lithium. The Darthon, you're enjoying the Sphere Builder Idolg Science Vessel. Yeah, the so let me get chat up here so people can see what I'm responding to. Um, the Edolg is one that I used to use quite a bit. It is a very fun ship to fly. I used to use it in CCA quite a bit. It's definitely a very fun little ship to fly. So yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Michael, the quad cannons themselves aren't going to have that much of an impact. Um, I think Polaron is already fairly strong. I think the difference between the weapon types is generally highly overrated. Um, people will say, "Oh, Tetrion's the worst thing ever." You could put together a Tetrion build and you could go into an ISA and out DPS most players with the Tetrion build. That's not the issue. Yes, these other weapon types don't have like the Terran cannon or the Terran beam or whatever, but it's not like they're completely unviable. They are still very strong energy types. Polaron is very good. It does have a few sets for it. Let me move this down so the chat's easier to see for y'all there. Um, the Polaron builds, I mean, I'll see what I can do with the Polaron build. I'll have to look and see what sets have come out since the last time I looked at a Polaron build, but I think Polaron should be able to perform quite well. Let me see here. It's the end of your world, Gamma. That's terrible. John, as much as I want to say it's not going to be in the captain's bundle, if I look right in the C store in game here, look at what we are missing when it comes to the captain bundles. There's a legendary Discovery Federation, a TOS Federation, a Klingon, and a Romulan. And we get the Jem'Hadar one next week. You know what we're missing? We're missing the Fed one. We're missing just a pure Fed captain bundle. So I would not be surprised at all if the Legendary Vesta comes out with like a Delta recruitment event in a couple months. In some sort of Federation captain bundle. That would not surprise me at all. Also, I noticed the chat is really hard to read on the screen there. What can I put as the background? There we go. Yeah, Polaron has the set from home with Morphogenic. I have never actually used the Morphogenic set, but I know that is quite popular. I did have, if I go over to SOB here, let me swap over to that character. And let me turn display capture off. You have also learned T5 and T6 boxes are too familiar. Yes, they are quite close color-wise. Also, I know the audio is like loud enough and all that, but is everything else coming through fine? Is my voice muffled or anything at all? Because I was doing some modifications to my setup. I'd taken the cap of my microphone off and put a little bit of extra foam right at the top, just to try and help with the plosives or whatever it is. Okay, everything sounds good. Okay. The Vesta was the reason you wanted to play this game? Yeah, the Vesta is a fun ship. I was actually messing around with one again the other day. I was trying to see if that Omni Tachyon console was still really good, and unfortunately it sucks nowadays. I sound like a Supreme Fleet Leader. Nick, you have a problem. Terrible, Nick. Yeah, Polaron's not gonna beat out phasers or disruptors for sure, but it's not like it's the end of the world using it. I think my build on this character was on the Vodwar Juggernaut. I'm not gonna take this into anything, I just want to see what I had tossed together. Dennis, I'm not a fan of them ships, so... Oh, none of my weapons are on this character. Those ships... I never got into the Dyson Science Destroyers. I do think it'd be nice to have a T6 version of them, especially if that meant that they would go and look into boosting the proton proc or whatever. Like, that would be really nice, but I don't think they're going to do much for the Dysons. Yeah, the Morphogenic, I remember that it was a really good budget set. It just wasn't something that I used on any of my builds. Because when I'm building ships, I'm not. I don't. I know other content creators like to focus on the more budget side of things, but when I'm doing builds, I'm going. You know, the build's gonna be as balls to the wall as it could be. Gamma, I don't even know what that build was. I'll be entirely honest with you. I don't know what that build was. Dwayne, I don't imagine we would be. The proton weapons were really weak. So if they did revisit the T6 Dyson Destroyer, Dennis, I would say, yeah, boost that proton proc up, because if I remember, it just didn't scale well past Mark 12. That was the big issue with it. Okay, I guess I'll get sprint speed. Gamma, does this make you feel better? Let's see. I don't have any more exploiters on this character. That's terrible. Terrible, Gamma. Master Dude, how you doing? Just getting some dailies done. Mostly chatting. Let me get this Kawavi in the bank before I do something with it. Oh no. Have they officially confirmed anything on... Or, well, we saw that video earlier. Is there any ship that can have 7 TAC consoles other than the Vodwar Jug and Centaur? Let's take a look. I did not mean to turn the overlay off. I need to figure something out for this chat box at the bottom left because it's really hard to read with some of the backgrounds I have up. I thought I had added some like black shading behind it, but it looks like it's still really hard to read. Okay, so ships that have 7 TAC consoles, so those are going to be Miracle Worker ships. So let's take a look there. Needs to be full Miracle Worker. Need that person to not drive by so loud. What is this? I've got a filter on here. Let me find where it is. Something is only showing engineer ships here. Oh, it's because I had the cloak thing active. Okay. So it looks like there's a lot of American worker ships. You know, just a few. But we need to look at consoles here. So we want to look for ships that have 5 TAC consoles and that are American worker. McKee Raider. Darthon, there's your answer. The McKee Raider would also have access to 7 TAC consoles. Dark Legend. If you go to the bottom of the stream here, right in the description, if you go to the builds Discord right here, this is a second link in the description. Go there. That'll take you to the builds Discord. Once you're on the builds Discord, go to the role selection channel. And then that role selection channel, just grab the EPG role at the bottom of the role menu here. It's just right at the bottom. It's got the grab wheel icon. Yeah, there's a Muds bundle that has the McKee Raider in it, so if that's something you want, there's a way to get it account wide. Just have to wait for a sale for that. Let me turn these filters off. This spreadsheet by Fluffle, I end up using this thing quite a bit. He's done a really good job with it. Yeah, I think that's a big issue with a lot of these Muds bundles is I bought the Stealing Time pack, and the only thing that I've used from it is I've used the console off of the Temporal Science Vessels, you know, on a couple more characters, but I haven't used the Amari yet. Sleep, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Just waking up really at this point. Master Dude, yeah, it's gonna be a bit for me to get back into the idea of like flying an escort, because the last time I flew an escort was or anything like that was the Deimos, and that was when I was doing one of the PvP endeavors a couple months back. Yeah, the McKee Raider with all those TAC consoles, or well, all the consoles in general, it doesn't surprise me. Oh no, Nick. Thank you for the 20 Australian, Nick. Can you show us a drain build? I don't really have a drain build. Drain builds in general, I know you're trolling me, but drain builds generally don't have much of an impact on gameplay. But you did remind me, I do need to go to this character and update this build for split runs. Yeah, Michael, I would love to just be able to have my traits unlocked account wide. That would make life much easier. Hey Trias, how you doing? Well, I should rephrase. In PvE, Drain has little value. In PvP, they might have more value, but in PvE, Drain just doesn't really matter much. Especially at the pace things are dying at now. So I need to grab a big target lock. Do I already have what I need? I already did. Okay. Do I have destabilizing resonance beam? Yes, I do. Well, that was a very, very difficult change to make this ready for split runs. Oh, okay. That's where the hard part's coming in. Thank you, game. Master Dude, you've been switching between the Vodor Juggernaut and the Tooth? Yeah. The Tooth and the Juggy are certainly some widely variable flight styles. Yeah, and we've tried, but it just ends up not being practical, and you sacrifice so much else in your build to in order to do that, to boost the drain up to a point where it's going to be, really that usable. So I am missing. I don't need the strain console. Terrible, Nick. Yes. I don't think Dental's around much anymore. I think they've all pretty much stopped playing. I haven't seen any of them around in ages. Play WoW? No. I'll play World of Warships, but I'm not gonna play WoW. This is supposed to be. What were we doing here? Like Saru's Grace? Yeah, there we go. Let's do Radiant, Jubilant. I'm just setting this up for like a support build here for a high-end split run. Yeah, I think that's good. Good day to die. Just bear with me for a second while I get these traits all on here. I don't have Ox to bet. Oh no. Oh no. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know why I even just slotted that. I'm a bot, Nick. I'm sorry. Do we want the support here to be running an IGW? Because I can run an IGW. Just put my grav well down. Time crystals? Okay, I'll do it just for you. Nick loves Tetron weapons. Yes. Master Dude, thank you for the membership. Let me catch up on chat tier. Starfleet Dental at Defara recently. Yeah, they had some really nice like costumes that they'd put together too. Like they put a bit of effort into their characters. Everyone stopped playing. Yeah, pretty much sleep. A lot of the older players are not around anymore. The World of Warship, yeah, it's definitely Mixed has been a terrible influence, and so is Nick. Like, I'm not gonna play Warships, but let me just pop this open and just show you the type of bad influence that them two have just led me to, like what they've pushed me into. Cables, the IGW idea was that because the split runs don't really need a ton of grav wells, technically you only need one grav well in the run. Well, not even really, but you would just do an IGW at the start, and then it just stays there the entire match. Darthon, this is a support build. This is not a DPS build. This is a support build for other people running torpedoes. It's not running things itself. So let's do Silical, and then what else do I need here? Usually we'd be running Uncon, but you just don't need Uncon in these faster runs. It's Uncon is not capable of being fast enough. Let's just go with Oh, I know what Nick wants. He wants to improvise boarding party. Just go with, like, expedient repairs and hope that I healed a friendly. So, you're pretty sure you're permaban sleep? Oh, no. No Saturn? I know, Nick, I'm poor. I know. Um, what goofy unbalanced skills have they added? I know for PvP, like, beam overload just tears through people. Uh, I haven't really paid much attention to PvP. I've been focusing on PvE and just, going into the, like, record-setting environments, really. So I'll just show this. Like, I'm not great at warships, but this is because of McStew and Nick Bullis here in chat. They both have been a terrible influence and pushed me into playing warships, and like my stats are terrible, but I in the past couple of months I may have played a few games. Just a few. It's all their fault. It's Nick's fault. And McStew's. Um Yeah, not everyone is a whale like Nick or Rob. Rob is the biggest whale. Where's he at? Yeah, with warships, I could understand how someone could lose interest. I've just been grinding up some ship lines over there and just seeing how it goes. So, Nick, I have... Okay, so I've got the 3-piece on for the thermolytic injector. I don't need the full 3-piece, though I could use the subspace agitator as a gen killer. Quentin, you like to use beam overload and fire at will together? Yeah, if you alternate things and you time them, if you're manually hitting them at the appropriate spots, in the right situations, that works quite well. Lots of cars like to drive by really loud because I live across from a park. So sorry if you're hearing any cars in the background there. Okay, that ought to work good enough there. Skill tree is fine. I need to fix this tray now. So at the start of the run, just dump this stuff here. Not having uncon on these builds is quite nice because it makes life a fair bit easier. Uncon was nice, but being able to ditch it in the split environments just simplifies things quite a bit. Just need to move these consoles around so I know when I try to group things up to, where in the match am I going to hit them is basically when I think when I'm setting up a tray like this. So that ought to work good enough. Nice, Dwayne. Yeah, the competitive engines are quite nice. Gay Wolves, thank you for the membership. Now the notifications are popping up sound-wise before the text notifications. That's nice. Thank you, Cables. And thank you again, Master Dude. Oh no. Marcus? We'll worry about Marcus in a little bit, Nick. Look at Nick here with his 6. Terran Warp Core? I'm not much of a car person. What am I driving? It's a Chevy Tahoe from 97 or something. 97 Chevy Tahoe, yeah. It's really old. It works. Sleep, I don't know, to be honest. I do not have the level of communication with the devs that I once had with when really the only one I ever really talked to was Jet. So Jet's not there. I don't really have anyone there that I talk to. Yeah, the Styx is a very good platform, and it is now once again it is returned as the tank platform for high-end runs. So, Cables, I know you're in here listening, and I'm sorry. It's time to get a Styx. Yes, I miss Jet. Jet was a very nice person. Cables, that is a very good question in that DM you sent to me. Um, that is a fair point, and I'll look at getting it set up after this stream. Um, I think she just wanted to move on to some other projects. I mean, they had her on for to come out with the legendary scimitar. You know, that was the last ship that she designed was the legendary scimitar, so like I agree. You know, it would have been great had Jet stayed around, but things just didn't work out. This isn't that far off, Nick. Do I have Uncon on here? I have Uncon. Get off. There, this is easy. Just go IL. There we go. It's updated. Do I not have DRB on this? Oh, no. Yeah. Jet was definitely, and this is nothing, you know, against Sport or any of the others on the system team there, but Jet was definitely the most knowledgeable person I feel that they ever had on the systems team. And with Jet, it really helps with her because she had min-max level knowledge from the time she played before she was a developer. So she already understood how the high end worked, had very extensive knowledge about the various mechanics. So when she was a dev there, she was able to fully take advantage of that. And that is something that they lack now, unfortunately. Nick, have I hurt you with this build? I don't have any PMs from you yet. Have I hurt you? Nick's very quiet. It worries me. I've got a command ability. Oh no. Um, yeah, she was swapped over to the magic department, then the magic department shut down, so yeah. Yes. Bordicus responding positively to constructive criticism. Yeah, it's nice. And now what we need is the Agony redistributor console to be looked at and you know the clicky portion of it dealt with, and then everything will be better. Like I think we had some runs last night where let me pull up here. Yeah. Let's go here. Like that. that Agony console right there, the Agony redistributor, in my current record run, did 508k DPS. What are you saying, Nick? I don't even. That's terrible, Nick. Terrible. Give him some Agony. I think they fixed the confuse aspect of the Agony redistributor. The issue we have with the Agony console is that if you use it alongside recursive shearing, or you use it with another person using Agony on the same target at the same time, it still kills things really fast. He is looking at that now. Okay, that's good. I didn't see any comments regarding the clicky of the Agony redistributor, but when they do take care of that, I will be doing a full wipe for everything over probably like 1,000,000 DPS on the ISE table. When Agony gets taken care of, we'll just do that wipe. Because the Agony console is, I'm taking advantage of it, but I will admit it is, it's quite potent. Whenever you have a single console that's doing like 500k, even if it is in a, a really niche environment like that, that is still a bit excessive. Yes, OP, for sure. Well, it's also, if I look at the table, there's people uploading parses that have both the Agony and um where they're abusing Agony stacking and or Agony plus recursive. Like, you look at this run, 291 million damage. Like, I need to pull this record down, but like, this is not one that should have been uploaded. Like, this is clearly abuse of the console, yet it's up on the table. So let me go pull that down. And let me not show that on screen because that would not be good. So it's Tiffany at Lingering Soul for ISE. Did that remove it? Why does this upload just does not want to disappear off the table? I've tried removing it before. Okay, now it's gone, I think. Yeah, I don't see it there unless I'm blind. Okay, so that is dealt with. Styx time? You want me to take a look at the Styx now, Nick? I can do that. My Styx build was quite out of date last I saw. $187 million damage from the console, yeah. If two people hit the Agony redistributor on the same target at the same time, it will basically insta-kill everything around it for much more HP than that target has. So you get parses like that where the numbers are just massively higher. Like, look how outdated this build is. Master Dude, thanks for stopping by. Okay, let me get this build updated. So I need another bowl weapon there. Gotta drop this torp. Yeah. Let me see. K-Wolves, you need to find one of these whales around here to give you a Styx. Terrible. Assassin is a crybaby who lost 2v5. Terrible sleep. There's lots of very sensitive people in the PvP community, or at least there was back in the day. Okay, so this build is fairly outdated. I know we want to stack Agony, right, Nick? So this was set up as like an ETM tank, and we haven't been running ETM tanks in a very long time. So what am I missing here now? Cold-hearted on. What was the last trait we were running, Nick? I'm having a brain fart right now. Got sad, cold-hearted, carrier wave. Oh, jeez. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. You ever feel like an idiot, Nick? So that's me right there. There was no Boimler on this build. That's terrible. Yeah, redirecting race. Yeah, I'm having a brain fart. I should have made a coffee right before the stream, like Nick was telling me, but I ignored him. Let's do strategist here. Nick, did we adapt all the tanks over to what we had? I think Megala run the other day. Yeah, the pets. I know. But did we have? Like, I know we had Megala running just a traditional like Miracle Worker strat. Were we doing that for all the tanks, or still leave them as Intel temp? I think the strategist helps for the end bit. No, I did not get Boomer Juice. Sad, cold-hearted sounds like the start of an emo build. That is a good point, Michael. Really, when you say it like that, yeah, that does sound like I am making a bit of an emo build, yeah. We need just like a trait that's called dark or something now. You don't. That's the thing. I think strategist is really beneficial for the split runs because you do not keep the threat as a tank. So I should probably slot ionize or ion gas storm or whatever it is here. Don't need Dominion. Nick, I'm feeling like a boomer today. Hanging around the boomers too much. I'm feeling like one. Let's go cascading. Command Constable. Oh no. Now he's gonna edit Sad Boy and Heartbreak stickers on his nacelles. Could you imagine if we could have that level of customization? Like if you could actually have like stickers or badges on the side of your ship, like how cool that would be. Like with just the additional customization options people could have there. Just think of it comparable to what people do like with weapons they can customize in, you know, more popular FPS games. So I need some batteries. Do I actually have 0 dilithium here? Terrible, Nicholas. Think you can deal with that. Carbide, how you doing? Sorry, there's a bit of a delay with me responding here sometimes. I need to convert some marks over. I honestly have not tanked in quite a long time. So when I do try to tank later, it's gonna be rough. If I try to tank, I'll probably still just be on side nuker. Let's be real. Well, thank you for the sub there, Carbide. Just going through updating some of my builds for split runs, because with split runs it's changed things up a fair bit. Don't need uncon on these builds anymore, so I'm going to move my tractor beam there. I'm going to save this loadout, and then I need to go down and train up some intel abilities. Or do I have them already on? Evade target lock is there. I just don't have ionic. Okay. Hello, Dwayne. Yeah. You know, it is... People would definitely abuse it. They abuse that type of mechanic where they can customize that much in other games, but, you know, just giving us more customization, because right now the only customization option you have is... Where is it here? I don't have access to do it on this character, so... the fleet badge or the fleet icon is the only thing you can really change, and you can't really do much to it. I'm still used to the old Ionic icon. This new one's throwing me off a little bit. At least I don't think it always had that icon. Okay. And then I think we were running DRB, so there you go, Nick. That's the tank updated. Just for you, buddy. Okay, let's see how much of that has already just been lost because I changed maps, and it looks like I had some traits reset. Easier for me to just hit the loadout and have those fixed. Yep. Now I just gotta fix the bridge officer seating again. Yeah, well, it reverted the loadout as soon as I beamed to space, so it went back to that ETM loadout the moment I swap maps. You know how it is. I do want to make this tray not as much of a mess as it is, so... This is from back when I was having issues with recalling the pets, so I put a bunch of recall pets on my tray as a joke. This is a long, long time ago. What are my spam bars here? Is it still my... This is still on my really old keybinds, so... This tray is a bit of a mess. Just gonna move this all up. So everything I need to hit at the... Everything I gotta hit at the tack cube at the end, everything at the start. Just getting this all grouped up so it's easier for me to hit when I'm actually in combat. The tank in these runs doesn't usually go for full-on threat gen. They're... Like, we try to pull a little bit of threat, but that's not the main focus of these builds. These support tanks focus more on all the utility they can provide with debuffs, crowd control, things like that. It's a very different playstyle compared to your traditional like heavy tank in a channel run or just a pug run. It's completely different. Megla, just no Megla, just no. Kiwi, thanks for stopping by, man. Have a nice day. There you go, Nick. Are you happy the 6 build is saved? I'm going to save it a couple times, go to the ground, and beam back up and see how it's broken. Actually, I should first go through and fix the trays up. That would probably help. Now I can save the loadout. Nick is never happy. Yes. Megla, that image you sent to me was terrifying. That is just... That's going to cause nightmares, dude. Make sure you send it to Nick also. And K-Wolves here. K-Wolves really wants that picture. See, I gotta get a chat box over the background here. Or like just a black box to put behind the chat because the game is like... The colors from the chat box here are just making it impossible to read the chat at the bottom left. Yes, I agree, Turtle. If we had more Fandy Shield options, like that is a huge route for them to, you know, go dill sync wise of just giving us more options in that regard. I know there's already a lot of Vandy Shields, but imagine if there was, you know, 2-3 times this amount and they all were really expensive in the dill store. They'd sell. Got a pile of Styx here. I should have put this that new skin on mine when it was available, but I imagine we'll have it available soon enough. There's a lot of tanking potential right here. We got a bug shipper in the middle. No, that's below Nick. Okay, Nick, you happy with the 6 build? Is it up to your standards? I haven't heard a yes or no from you. I'm gonna guess it is. Black base color and then incorporate the Lucari lines. Yeah. The Lucari with just imagine combining like the section 31 or the bottle, but instead of those red lines, it's the Lucari. Yeah. That'd be nice. It's okay, Nick. Oh no. If Nick sends you one, you'll build it however he wants. Terrible. I need to make sure this character's on a proper DPS build also. I might try running SOB in a run at some point. Get back on top fleet. Oh no. Nick, what did I miss? So I need to change this. Just give me a few. I gotta fix this tray because I've now changed how I do these things. So alpha down there, that there. I gotta take Steam Runner off. This dude is really trying to find people for ground queues, isn't he? Yeah. I agree, HRS. That'd be nice. Okay, I need the Bioneural. Now I can save the build. Actually, what mines do I have on? What's annoying is I'd love to not slot these Tri-Cobalt mines, but I'm sort of forced to in the runs that I do, because if I use 2 Photon and 2 Quantum mines, it just despawns everything. Like, the entire map will disappear in front of me, basically. It's ridiculous. You want me on the Styx? Okay, Nick, okay. I don't know what we're going into, but... Oh, no. What is this, Nick? Chronoton mines, and not that I remember. The plasma ones, not really. I don't recall them really being that exceptional. We're doing a full 5-man Styx run, okay. Let me start the parse route. See, I just gotta make this SCM a little bit bigger, and then that would be a good background for the chat. We got some torque boats in here. Oh boy. This is what despawn looks like. You see how everything just disappeared?
Speaks with God.
Megla's taking all of the threat. Well, that was an interesting, random little fight there, Nick. Dwayne, you're thinking of making the T5 Ambassador a support tank? Support tanks need to be on really specific ships, so I would still just say to go with like a more traditional heavy tank. Support tanks are very, very specific to certain types of content. And, you know, the issue, the reason I haven't put out some of these more, like, the builds we're using on, like, the really advanced 3-2 runs or some of the really high-end ISCs is because they're so niche. There's so few people actually doing that content at that level where the benefit of posting a build for a run that only 20 people in the game are going to be able to do, just there's not much benefit to that. So like I'll show them off on streams here or there, but that's why you haven't seen much of a content piece on some of these more like modern sport tanks. It's because they're so niche. They're definitely not best for general content. You drove a tank in Vietnam? Very nice. That was a lot of spawn in right next to me. Nick, was that HSE what you were hoping for, buddy? Joro is best tank? No, Megla. Fake news. I don't even know what to say to that one, Megla. The Joro is good. It's just the pets on it happen to have torps, which you know how that is. If those pets didn't have torps, they'd be used everywhere. It's really unfortunate. There's that sphere builder E-Dolg. It is a really fun ship. I flew that thing quite a bit back in the day. What are you taking me into, Nick? I always worry with Nick here. He's gonna take us into ground or something just to troll me, or he's gonna put us into something terrible. JP, how you doing? What queue did you take us into, Nick? What are we doing, like, infected? I can't see what you hit the button for. Okay, that SCM window's a little bit big, isn't it now? Need to tone that down a little bit. Beta lane call? Oh no. Elite Undine infiltration? Nick just needs some rep marks and he's using me to get them quick. I don't know how to play this queue, Nick. This isn't infected. The only queue I know how to play is infected. Infected Space Elite. Look at Megla just flying off there. See, the issue with the fire at will build here is, I mean, I guess the turrets are shooting me, but the Mokai bird of praise don't shoot me, so at least the turrets are shooting me for redirecting arrays to pick in. But my damage output on a fire at will build is just terrible. Like, these support tanks also are set up to do not that much damage, which hurts them in other content. Hopefully y'all don't hear the keyboard smashing right now. Because fire at will used to be extremely overpowered. So fire at will was heavily nerfed because it was so powerful back in the day. It was basically the only ability you ran for a while there. The game used to be called Fire at Will Online and things like that because fire at will was just that powerful. This is just the power of the Styx right here. The Styx is a really good ship. I look forward to it being put in the Sea Star at some point. Whether that's through a Muds bundle or whatever bundle that they're going to put it out in with that new Dreadnought skin. I keep activating abilities way too late. That area's cleared. You want everything Gamma? Terrible. But it's understandable, like, there's lots of things that I would love to have just available account-wise. It was nice and easy. Good bit of marks and everything right there. Account-wide trait unlock when? I don't. Not soon enough. That's for sure. A Terran recruit event? I don't think that's going to happen, Dwayne. I think I think we're going to see a Jemadar recruitment event starting this Thursday, and then I think after that we'll probably see what would the next one be, like Delta, probably some point over the summer. Yeah, the Styx is a great show. The Acheron, I do sort of like that skin on the Styx, the one that the Dreadnought one that they showed. It's just something different. I should have put it on mine while it was there. Do you want a Lexington, one big happy fleet? You know, I did for a while really want to grab the legendary TOS bundle for the Miranda because I thought that trait might be nice for like solo Hive Elite with an energy weapon build, but I didn't want to spend that much. Okay. Oh, get slammed, Nick. Nick sent me a picture. He got killed by friendly mines. Get slammed. Nick here, Nick usually likes to blow himself up with REA, the rapid emitting armaments. He's a big fan of uh just going in and blowing himself up with that or mines. It's usually REA though. Yeah, I could imagine beta. The shield pen, like in the long duration combat, would be really nice. I'm thinking I might. Hold on, I got a message on Discord here. Let me respond to this. You like to try Cobalt yourself? I hate to try Cobalts. I used to run them all the time, but now I hate them. Let's get SCM off there. Yes, Nick likes to. Nick thinks of the REAs as like a racing opponent. He wants to race them to the target. You want the Troyes protocol? Gamma, you want a lot of things. You want a lot of things there, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're listing off like half the ships from the last 2 years there. So I'm just looking. Mark had popped in here earlier talking about the Vesta, and it does look like, yeah, they put out something. Or they were showing something off about it in the convention that they're at. Yeah, Gamma, you gotta become real friendly with Nick here, right? Nick is the whale around here. No, he's not really. Um, you used to race a Chevrolet truck? I've never really raced my car. I don't really drive that much, to be honest. Like I'll go a couple miles away from here for whatever I need to do, but I don't really like driving that much. I'm weird about that. Do I want to donate 300 keys to a worthy cause? No. Nope. If I have 300 keys, I'm using them myself. Them 300 keys will be gone in about 1 to 2 minutes. I mean, Cable, she did get that Kirk the other day. Remember? I'm just taking a look at some chats here. So yeah, the legendary Vesta is confirmed as an Intel primary ship. Which, I mean, that's cool, but I think for that ship I'd rather have seen like Commander Temporal, Lieutenant Commander Intel. So I think this build's ready to go if I want to try this out in runs later. Whenever we get around to those tonight. Yeah, everything looks good. I was talking to F on Reddit. He does a lot of stuff on STO builds. He's one of the people behind that STO Better website. We were talking about how there's such a disconnect between builds now, even between like, you know, what most people consider high end in a channel environment and what is actually, you know, setting records. The disconnect just keeps growing larger and larger, especially now with split runs coming into play. Like, split runs completely remove uncon from the builds, and you know that's something that a lot of people have been building around for most of the last, you know, year or so. So stripping uncon back off these builds has definitely changed things up a bit and gives more options, to be honest. Let me see here. Terrible cables. Terrible. What do I think the specs will be for the California class? Well, I think if we go over and take a look at the Parliament, we can get a good idea of what they want to do to, you know, the lower deck ships. Well, the split runs as is are also they're so niche, salty. Like, we're doing them, but we're the only ones doing them right now. Like, the skill requirement on them is just so much higher than the left or rights, I feel. Because it's on for the start group, you need to be able to take that start group out really fast in a 3-man. The left side's entirely a 3-man. So let me swap over to the Parliament here. The Parliament is Trisander's favorite ship. Did I dry dock it? No way, I dry docked it? That is terrible of me. Where is it at here? Why am I not seeing it? Okay, I'm just blind. The stations on the Parliament, ignore whatever slotted here. This is just whatever random junk these bridge officers had, but like the bridge officer layout on this thing is just horrendous. Yeah, I can't read right now. I'm sorry. Commander Engineer with Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Engineer, Lieutenant Commander Science, Lieutenant TAC, and Lieutenant Universal with Miracle Worker. This is what they did to the Parliament. You know, one of the other lower deck ships, and I can't imagine that they would do anything that great for, you know, I would hope that they would do better than this for the California class, but I doubt it, you know? I have little faith in that regard. Yeah, at least you could do exceed rated limits on it now. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Definitely a fair point there. That is one nice thing with that Jemadar trade is it's going to give everyone, you know, just more options, more flexibility with these spec ships that are terrible like this, where now they could run exceed rated limits in that commander slot, and that would be a little bit better. I do have to admit though, the Parliament, it looks good to me. Like I think this ship looks good. I think they did a good job on the model. I just think it's terrible that the only way to get it is through, a lockbox T6 ship pack. But I like the color scheme on it. I like it. Definitely needs the Parliament skin there. Yeah, now do keep in mind, I showed this off on um the video, but I want to pull this up real quick. So let me pull up display capture. Bordicus did say right here, he did an addendum that he's making the changes he made the changes yesterday on the 8th, but that there was a chance because of him making them so late into the development process that they might not go live until the following week. So I know if the trade's not like I talked about in the video, even though I had this in the video, I'm gonna get some people complaining at me and all that, but if it's not there when it launches, it will be there the following week. Like, you can go look on Twitter. Bordicus said that himself, that because of him making it late, he can't guarantee that they go live with the ship. But, they will be there. It's just, it might take an extra week for that to happen, So, if that trade isn't like what we talked about right off the bat, this is why. Yes, they need to make Weiyun and the Polearm account unlocks, definitely. Yeah, Atrias, I agree. The Parliament's a good-looking ship, but yeah, you're not going to pay $100 for something that has just that stats like that. The stats just aren't great. So let's see here. So I am going to start to wrap things up. I do, I've been tempted. Nick and I were talking about this Marion Command Science Shred. I'm not going to get it. I don't think it's worth the money. But I might pop one over on Tribble and do a review for it. But the issue with this ship is it's another command ship, and just the market for command ships. I get command is what sets the the meta numbers in ISC. Uh, but it's just I don't think most people care about command anymore. I don't know. Promo ships. No, it's a lockbox ship, like AJS said there. Um, the promo ships are still $200 to $300, and to be honest, they're becoming more expensive because of how expensive the promo packs themselves are getting. Like, if I go to the exchange here and I look up promo packs, I think they're down a little bit now, but for a while there, they were in the mid 30 to 40 mil range. Yeah, Atrias, what Nick and I came to the conclusion to was that the Marion, or whatever it's called, is basically a fixed psi mode courage that has a hangar bay. The pets on it are broken. Yeah. Yeah, I could see it working well as a tank. It would also, it would work as a tort boat, but when you're looking at the options, if you have an Infinity Lockbox ship choice pack, like, why are you going to choose the Marion over a United Earth Defense Force vessel, over something like a Styx? You know, why would you choose the Marion when there's better platforms here, you know? Like, it's a neat ship. I get they wanted to have the model out, but yeah. Yeah, definitely Broken Soul. The other issue with the promo ships is the unique value is just not there anymore. The ground trait. You tell me that the space gig or whatever ground trait is that expensive right now? Don't say these things to me. That's terrible. You're gonna go make me waste my lobby on some trait boxes. Look at what you're making me do. Space gig. The Trailblazer's cool, but the Trailblazer is definitely, it's a very good platform for the cost. It's just if you have access to like a Styx or a United Earth Defense vessel, you want to be using those. That extra mine does have a lot more punch in a min-max environment. Hey Nick, I know you've got some Lobby there, buddy. I'm broke Lobby wise right now. I have less than 1,000. That means I'm broke. Yeah, Styx anytime. Exactly. But I do want to start to wrap things up here, so if anyone has any final questions they want to get in, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, you know, if you're watching this VOD later, you know, you can join the Builds Discord. I've got my own personal Discord. Not much goes on my Discord, you know, I will say. I do want to change it up a bit more in the future. But if you're a channel member, Twitch sub or whatever, you can go in and look at the upcoming content and all that. And if you have questions, want to reach out to me directly, you know, just send me a message. I'm usually hidden on Discord, but I'll respond when I can. Favorite ship for space, Barbie? Oh, man. That's a hard question. The Scimitar, I've always liked. Or actually, for Space Barbie, the Sovereign. I'd have to go with the Sovereign. That's the only one I've actually went out and 3D printed. But if also with my Discord, like I said, not much happens there, but if you want to reach out to me directly, that's a good option. The Builds Discord is also, it's got a lot more people on it. There's a lot more activity. Like my Discord's got like under 200 people on it. The Builds Discord has like 1,700 or almost 1,800 now. So the Builds Discord definitely has a bit of activity there. We've got giveaways running, including the one that Broken Soul funded here with all these wonderful ships. So make sure to go and enter that. But yeah, not open DMs on screen. That'd be terrible. Nick, you're only at 5,000, Lobby? Oh man, we're both really down bad. I completely agree, Michael. Charlie, do I use SAD? Yes. Best ship for Space Barbie options is Clark? Yeah, that does have quite a few options. Some people might not like me saying this, but I just am not a fan of the Miranda or like that model. I much more prefer things like the Sovereign. Like I said, with that type of design. Do I think that the bridge officer and weapon from the legendary captain's bundle should be account wide? Yes. They should be account wide, but that's not going to prevent me from buying the bundle because the ship itself is worth the money, I think. And the trait is also a very nice addition, especially with the buffs that it is receiving. Like I said, the buff for the Jemadar trait's either going to go live when it releases or the following week. So, giveaway. Yeah, Broken Souls also got another giveaway. I'll try to link that in the description. I don't have the link on me right now, but I'll toss a link to that in the description when I get a chance here. Do I take phone calls? No, not on the streams. Most of these streams I usually just am interacting directly with everyone in chat. I don't usually get in voice chat much anymore on streams. I've had some mixed experiences doing voice chats on streams before, so I'm somewhat hesitant about doing that nowadays. Yeah, the bigger ships are definitely nicer to mess around with. Look up sensor linked. I'll do that quick. Just normal cannons. Oh, thank you, Nick. That's very generous of you. $200 for voice chat? Terrible. Michael. Yeah, if you have a lot of Jemadar characters, I understand the frustration. I personally, I'm not that worried about the captain bundle aspect of it. I'm focused entirely on the ship itself. I'm pretty much ignoring everything else in the bundle, which I know I shouldn't. But though, just with how I look at it, those instant level up tokens don't do much for me. Thank you, Nick, for pricing those cannons at a very affordable price. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, that was actually you, because you're sending me pictures of the exchange mails on Discord. Yeah, I just want the traits. Yeah, that sums up how I largely feel about it. But I do want to fly the new bug ship. I flew the existing ones quite a bit over the years. Robert, sorry, I missed your message there. I'm doing good. You just caught me at the tail end of the stream, though, unfortunately. Yeah, Michael, I think even though there's a lot of frustration about that being account-wide, they know that, or that stuff not being account-wide, they know we're going to buy the bundle anyways. Nick, you are very rich now. Charlie, thanks for stopping by. Quentin, you used to drive a Chevy work van and had fun in it? Nice. Yeah, Atreus, I want to see how Surgical Strikes does. I want to mess around with, like I was showing off earlier, like something like the Vengeance or the Legendary Ambassador, I think would be interesting. What are you trying to give me, Nick? He's giving me the 2 EC back. Oh no. Don't feed the gambling addiction. Okay, that's it for this stream today. I do think Goss is streaming. If you guys want to go over, check out his stream. Let me see if he's live. Yeah, he's doing a Q&A, so I will drop the link over to his stream here. Hopefully it doesn't start to autoplay. If the YouTube page wants to load, that is. Okay, Goss is doing a Q&A over on his channel. Go check him out if you want to ask him some questions. That link should take you there. But that is it for me today. Thank you to everyone that stopped by. I'll see you all. Oh, wait. Nick gave me a key. It is a weapon pack. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.